It's now time for Crime in the DMV, where we bring you the latest headlines from the week. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Sierra Fox. We start with new evidence emerging in the case of a salacious love triangle turned deadly. Fox 5 has obtained the 911 call played in court in the case of the Fairfax County husband and au pair accused in a double homicide in Herndon. Fox 5's Tisha Lewis shares more.
This is the USB drive that contains the 911 call that you are about to hear. Prosecutors detailing what they describe as a romantic relationship between Brendan Banfield and his family's au pair, leading to all of this. Banfield's wife, Christine, and an outsider, Joseph Ryan, were found murdered inside the Herndon home. Ryan was reportedly lured to the home in response to an ad on a fetish website with Christine Banfield's picture. Prosecutors believe Christine Banfield did not make the ad, nor was she aware. We spoke with a Northern Virginia-based trial attorney unrelated to the case, and he explains how this 911 call could be significant in the case and suspects the au pair has turned against her former lover as the case plays out in court. Here's the au pair's call to police.
Fairfax County 911, where's your emergency? Hello, Fairfax County 911.
Whenever there's a love triangle or infidelity or anything like that going on, it always adds to the madness. But yes, first of all, it's horrible. I don't want to be insensitive, but yes, it is a very difficult situation, obviously, for everybody involved. But I would imagine that the lady au pair was involved until it became clear that she was going to be prosecuted the same as Mr. Banfield, at which point she decided to play the only hand she had, which is to cooperate.
Again, you can hear someone moaning in agony in the call. It's part of the prosecution's case against Banfield and the au pair. Both are charged with murder. This case is being called, even by seasoned legal insiders, this case is being called bizarre. We're told that the au pair, meanwhile, is apparently now cooperating with police and investigators.
A 5-year-old D.C. boy is dead and his father now in custody charged with aggravated assault. Fox 5's Lily Zhang has the details.
Police have identified the suspect as 32-year-old DeAndre Pettis. The MPD police chief also confirms that the suspect arrested in this case is the little boy's father.
Our condolences goes out to the family of the 5-year-old, whether it's the mother, whether it's the grandmother. I mean, this young man was also a student at one of our schools. And so this is certainly a tragedy, and it just doesn't impact his family, but it impacts those of them who have relationship with him in our community.
Very little is known about what led up to the little boy's death, but police did confirm that they responded to an apartment complex just before 10 o'clock yesterday morning. It's located on Connecticut Avenue Northwest, just off Albemarle Street. When they arrived, police say the boy was unconscious and unresponsive. He later died from his injuries, which were indicated in the police report as a, quote, non-accidental trauma. People who live nearby say they are heartbroken for the little boy, including a woman who teaches young children and is a mother herself.
You don't know what's on the other side of that wall, and you don't know how they're being, sorry. This is a 5-year-old. It's just so young. It's so cruel. It's so cruel. It's awful.
And what's also unclear at this hour is whether police have ever responded to this home before.
A Prince George's County police officer appearing in court after being charged with illegally using 3 stolen cars. Fox 5's David Kaplan explains.
Sierra Alston is not charged with stealing these vehicles. We want to be very clear about that. However, police have evidence tying her to 3 stolen BMWs that were taken from a rental car company that is at Reagan National Airport. Fox 5 asked Officer Alston today how she allegedly came to be with those vehicles. Take a listen. Anything you'd like to say, Miss Alston?
Yes, get those cameras on my face.
So it was pretty quick, and that is what she said. In an affidavit obtained by Fox 5 in this case, we learned the rental car company Sixt, from which these 3 BMWs were stolen, realized earlier this year they had a total of 30 cars missing. Fox 5 reached out to the company with a list of questions about how this could happen, if they had found the other 27 vehicles, and if they've made security changes. They didn't respond to any of those questions, just that they were working with local police on the matter. Now, Jim McCarthy, he's a man who lives in Fairfax County. He's a retired rental car company security manager. He says the nature of that industry is that some vehicles go missing, that theft and fraud are constant battles.
This has just always been ripe for this type of thing because of the nature of this business. It's just
exactly. I mean, you're going to give me a piece of plastic and I'm going to give you a $50,000 car? No brainer.
Big question we had today. I reached out to every operating rental car company at Reagan National. Only one that got back to me was Enterprise. They tell me that this has been an issue, but they have not seen an uptick of that at Reagan. They're always working, they say, to combat it. In Hertz rental car company, corporate a couple years ago said they average about 3,300 cars taken per year across their entire network of 25 million vehicles. And finally, Customs and Border Patrol, who is in Baltimore and in charge of making sure that stolen cars don't get on boats meant for overseas. They say they've seen an increase in stolen cars, in particular rentals and cars taken from dealerships.
D.C. police are looking for a man who robbed a liquor store delivery driver for 100 bottles of tequila and threatened to kill him with a gun. Fox 5's Shamari Stone shows a surveillance video.
I'm inside Bowen Discount Liquors, and the people who work here tell me that they are sick and tired of crime. Now, they sell everything in here from whiskey to bourbon to cognac to vodka, wine, but they say these thieves were targeting one thing: Don Julio. In fact, they keep it elevated up here because it's just so popular. And when the delivery driver came here with cases of it, like this one right here, they say that those thieves, this is what they were looking for. And surveillance video captured the robbery. Take a look at the two suspects driving in a maroon-colored four-door Nissan Maxima last Tuesday, 11 o'clock in the morning. They pull up to the liquor store on the 4500 block of Bowen Road Southeast. The suspect gets out of the car wearing black pants, a tan hooded sweatshirt, and a mask, walking to the delivery driver off camera, and police say the suspect says, "Back up, I got a Draco," a slang term sometimes used to refer to a short-barreled AK-47 style rifle. And the suspect, police say, says he would use it if the driver did not move away from the truck. The driver complied. The suspect loads up the Nissan Maxima with that 10 cases of Don Julio tequila, and then the suspects drive away. You're now going to hear from one of the liquor store employees.
It made me feel bad and sad, but, you know, these days you're not safe nowhere.
The people who did this, what would you say to them?
Well, I have seen them, but if I see one day, I probably will say, get a job.
Back out here inside of Bowen Discount Liquor, police are offering a reward of up to $10,000 for information that leads to an arrest and a conviction in this case. You can also call the department anonymously. In Southeast, I'm Shamari Stone. Back to you.
An accused MS-13 gang member is on trial in Fairfax County, charged for his role in half a dozen brutal killings. Fox 5's Homa Bash breaks it all down.
The details described in these court documents inside this courtroom are truly gruesome. Elmer Alas-Condre accused, as you said, of 6 killings in 5 years, 5 of them here in Fairfax County, 1 in Massachusetts. Prosecutors say 27-year-old Condre, seen here, is from El Salvador and a high-ranking member of the violent MS-13 gang, and that these killings happened between 2018 and 2022 in Northern Virginia. He's facing charges of murder, racketeering, and firearms offenses in federal court in front of a jury. The descriptions of these killings, they are heinous: stabbings, shootings, body parts cut off, discarded, and buried. The victims range in age from a 19-year-old waitress in Fairfax shot 16 times in the face to a 42-year-old alleged fellow gang member. Fox 5 covered one of the deaths extensively, 24-year-old Jose Guillen Mejia, whose body was found in 2019 in the woods off a walking trail in Reston. Now, at the time, police did not believe his death was gang-related, but according to prosecutors, Mejia was simply the first person that Condre and his fellow associates saw in the woods in an area they considered their turf. So they shot him multiple times and killed him and left his body there to be found by someone just walking on that path. This trial is expected to last about 3 weeks.
Well, that does it for this week's Crime in the DMV. Make sure you tune in next week to stay ahead with Fox 5 right here on Fox Local as we continue to bring you the latest updates.